Assalamualaikum guys, hope everyone is well, and check out my Ramadan vibe on my table. Mans are been super pious and showing off about it like always. So today's topic is emotions in Islam, and emotions in Islam, I'm trying to say is basically you're entitled to your emotional feelings. And for me, basically, I don't like fasting. So much so I hate fasting, and that's okay to say. I know it's too late, but yeah, emotions are your personal feelings that you have no control over how you feel, which is why they're okay no matter what the feelings they are. And you should not feel like you're disgusting or dirty or something like that because of your emotions. See, it's you're entitled to your emotions, but you're accountable for your actions. That's basically the gist of everything. Your actions, if you follow your emotions, for example, me, if I don't fast, then I'm gonna be getting crazy ass sins. But I have to go against my emotions and fast. So emotions are perfectly fine. Even so, even more so, the more difficult you feel something is, the greater the reward is because the greater sacrifice you're making to make that action happen. So don't feel bad about emotions. I have a hadith. Just say it now. So there's a hadith where we go into a bit about emotions. We talked about it with the Anatollah, for those who know him. The hadith is the Prophet ﷺ said that the Prophet said, "By him in whose hand is my life, none of you have faith until he loves me more than his father and his children." So now this hadith, um, for a person to love the Prophet ﷺ more so than his father and children can be difficult because he might not feel that way currently or might not at all his entire life, which is okay, which is what I'm trying to tell you. If you follow this hadith, it's going to be a description, of course. You'll find more details about it. So basically, Mufti Anat explained to us that there's two types of emotions or love. One is muhabbat tab'i, which is natural emotions, and the other is muhabbat aqli, which is logical emotions, or it's just this terminology, whatever, it doesn't matter. Basically, one is where you have your natural emotions towards someone, and other is your logical emotions, which is basically just your logic in following the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, opposed to the person whom you love. And he gave an example is that you got married and your wife wants you to shave your beard. If you follow your wife's want because you love her and you shave your beard, that is you following your natural emotions. And if you don't, that is you following, and because of the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then that is you following Allah's command and your love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's what this hadith is trying to say, is that you love me more than your father and children, and that you follow my commands and my teachings over what your child wants you to do, because that might be if that is a sin. And that's the gist of it. There's another hadith that I don't know why I just want to share it. But basically, Prophet ﷺ said, "Oh Mu'adh, do you know what Allah's right upon his slave is?" I said, "Allah and his apostate know best." The Prophet ﷺ said, "To worship Allah alone and to join none in worship with him, Allah. Do you know what their rights upon him is?" I replied, "Allah and his apostate know best." The Prophet ﷺ said, "Not to punish him if they do so." This is basically the fundamental relationship between us, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is we worship him and he doesn't punish us. Alright guys, hope that deepens your understanding of Islam. Don't worry about your emotions, and keep fasting. Assalamu alaikum.